All right, so we're going to plop that right in here. We do have one in the pool right now, so I'm going to just give that to Flynn because why not? Again, nothing really attacks, so I never was able to do this. And the Zeo Jet Cycle is like a one-time use deal or whatever. It would still need to attach to a Ranger. So me using this actually opened up for me to be able to use the Zeo Jet Cycles, which I'm going to use by discarding from my hand Weaponized Morph and Stroke of Genius. That's 5 shields right there. One goes to Billy, one goes to Flynn's discard pile. I said this was 6. I used one from the recharge I did from, Rocky. So now this is going to go here. And before the start of a battle, move. So right at the end of whatever I'm doing here, I'm going to use the Zeo Jet Cycles, and they are going to automatically move over to Madame Woe's spot. So with that said, before I move anything, I really should do one more recharge, which, yes, let's go ahead and do that. We'll do another recharge. We will do Rocky, and we will do Billy. All right, Billy will get Power of Invention, Counter Jab, and Stroke of Genius back into his deck. Rocky will get Triple Threat, Power Spin, and then Blue Brilliance and Power Pod Sword. Look at that alliteration. Love it. Triple Threat, Blue Brilliance, Power Pod. Oh, boy. So there you go. That's 6 into Rocky's deck. These two being the most important, of course. So hopefully they come out close together. With that said, let's go ahead and use the Zeo Jet Cycles, and that's going to move our entire team to the interstate highway. Appropriately enough, you driving our bikes along the highway, giving us a free movement of the whole team in order to get over there. I'm moving that to side out of the way because it's out of the game, to do an attack on Madame Woe and Venjix. Here's our first big fight for our Blue Ranger power team. Be ready, Woe. Those Blue Rangers are on their way. I can hear them coming on their bikes. I hope Billy is among them. I have some unfinished business with him. Let's go. Prodigious. All right, let's rock. Madame Woe, you're not going to escape from me. All right, so before we get into this at all, I have to explain to you how this particular battle works. Again, this is something that I started with my Forever Red set, and I think I'm just going to do it going forward with all Forever attacks. 3x3 grid right here. The main monster that we're fighting, in this case, is Madame Woe. All of her cards will go up there. So 1, 2, 3, those will be the 3 Madame Woe cards. For this, I only need to beat these 3 in order to say that I have defeated the monster. Defeating the monster will not only gain me a Zord, but it also gives me all the perks. So instead of 4 to fight, I only have to fight 3. So that's how that works for Madame Woe. Venjix, however, is a little bit different. He has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 card deck. For this fight, 3 of his cards are going to go out. Each one of his cards would technically be counted as an elite card. So if I beat it, I gain 2 experience. At the end of this battle, any undefeated Venjix cards go back into his deck. Any that are defeated are removed from the game. If I do not beat Madame Woe and have to fight her again, I do not fight Venjix on the second fight. He runs away after this battle regardless of anything. If you defeat all 3 cards, then on the next round, you'll have the monster appear, and you'll have 3 more cards that go down for Venjix. Basically, you're whittling away his strength and power throughout each round. That means when you get to the boss, and Venjix is with the boss, you only have 2 cards at, the least amount of 2 cards that you have to deal with. Beating the game means beating every single Venjix card as well. So you would need to beat them. So say in round whatever of 1, I didn't beat 1, and then in round 2, I didn't beat 1 as well. So there's still 4 Venjix cards in this deck. I would have to use that battle, fight that battle at least twice in order to be able to defeat Venjix. Same thing for the boss. Once I get there, the boss, you would have to defeat 4 of their cards instead of, 6, I believe it is. So you just need to defeat 4 boss cards, but that still would require a second battle in order to do. So every Venjix card has to be beaten, and then 4 boss cards in order to win the game. Venjix, you start knocking down little by little as you go on. And then the foot soldiers, you only get 3 on the bottom. But again, as everything, if you beat the monster, all foot soldiers run away anyway. So that is how this is going to work. And before I do anything else, of course, I'm going to get my hand ready to go. Best defense, mighty maces. And that's great, because I'm not actually going to draw anything from Flynn, because I want him to be my defender right now. I may make him the leader at this point, just in case if anything has to go to him, because Venjix likes to attack the leader. So with that case, so those two are Rocky. We'll do 3 from Rocky. So we got a triple threat there. We'll do 4 from Rocky, because again, I want, okay, all right, so I know the Power Pod Sword is somewhere on there. And I don't need anything to like reduce it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep going, Rock. All right, so there's the Power Pod Sword. I would love to have Blue Brilliance on me, but you know what? Sure. All right, wow. Just do it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these cards. Most of them are Rocky cards. I have 1 Billy card right here, but that means Rocky will be kind of the main one running around right now, doing a lot of damage. He'll be able to help Flynn out. Like this, there's a lot going on here. And again, with Blue Rangers, it's all about the strategy of using their abilities and their special powers in order to come out on top. All right, here we go. So we have Madame Woe. We are all ready to go here. Let's flip it. Breath of Death. Each ranger must discard 1 random card from their hand. Flynn doesn't have, I keep calling him Finn. Flynn doesn't have any, so at least that's that. Unfortunately, Billy has it. Speaking of Billy, guard, deal 3 damage, drain 1 energy. So that's going to hit regardless of anything. Well, no, maybe not. If I can manage to get around it, that would be awesome, but we'll have to see. Fast, deal 4 damage. So, yeah, Flynn should definitely be able to handle that and then start knocking down Breath of Death. Maybe I can beat it beforehand, possibly, but we'll see. But we only get 1 turn. Glad at least we got that one, because like I said, I knew there was a card here that had Billy as in the image of Madame Woe doing something. So anyway, Venjix right here. Let's see what this guy is going to start off with. He's going to start off with the Shadow Claw guard. Oh man, and my Deadly Claw is also guarded. Deal 3 damage to the lead ranger twice. That's why Flynn is our lead ranger, what'd I tell you? Hey, a passive. Machine Empire Elite. While this card is in play, the shield value of all combat cards that with exactly 3 is reduced by 2. I have to remember this. I screwed this up last time I played him. So anything that's exactly 3 is reduced by 2. Good thing Flynn doesn't really have that many that are 3. He has 1, which I think is in his discard pile anyway. And another Shadow Guard. As far as our, what is it? Foot soldiers go. Are you kidding? Oh, I hate flanking. While this card is in play, each time another enemy card deals damage, increase that damage by 1. Boys in blue, you know, the cops. That's why flanking is in here. Oh, that is, all damage. All damage. I mean, she does 5 damage here. Disassembly acquired while this, so another foot soldier. So if I beat any of their cards, then disassembly required does not trigger. It only triggers if something else gets defeated. So if I defeat flanking, then disassembly acquired will be defeated. That means I'd have to defeat flanking again. And finally, Scatter Shot from the Tronics, Fast Guard. This actually moves to the front here. 2 damage each to half the rangers in battle. So 2 damage to 2 rangers. Wow, this is a interesting lineup. All right, let's see. You are guarded over here. You are guarded on your left and your right. You are guarded from the top and you are guarded from the left. Guards do not guard guards, and we have flanking as a passive. We have the Machine Empire Elite as a passive, and disassembly required as a passive as well. And I think Rocky's going to drop his energy thing on Braid Lash because this drains an energy, but at least if I kill it, then I gain an energy. See how that works? That's a fun little combo right there. In any event, Deadly Claws goes first. Deal 5 damage because of flanking. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on over to the Dragon Shield. When you suffer damage, reduce that damage by 2, then deal 2 damage to an enemy card of your choice. So I'm going to click this. So now it's 3 damage against Flynn, and that 2 damage is actually going to go after flanking because I know that's going to screw me up so badly. But unfortunately, that 2 damage is then absorbed by, what is it, disassembly required, which is then going to do, at least defeat this. So this one's going to get destroyed. Flanking is still there. I'm going to need to figure out something else, but that does give me, boom, 1 experience. And I'll put that on the board in a moment. Let me just finish guarding. So now Flynn has, what is it, 3 more damage to him. So the first one, Boom. 1, 2, 3. Gain 1 energy. And wait a minute. Nope, never mind. I thought I had best defense. It's when you play a card with a star defense, it goes on top. This is just activated, but that reduces it all, and it does toss another energy into the pool, which should be 3 now. I gotta remember to put those in. So before we take our first move, let's make sure we do all this. So it's 3 energy now in the pool because of Forever Blue, which is fantastic, and then 1 more in order to get the next Zord. Remember, we do have the Lion Hauler. That is something. I'm actually gonna leave that right over here, just so I don't forget to use that as an option when I play a maneuver. All right, now it is officially our turn. We are gonna go right now, and what we are going to do is we will go ahead and first start with Billy with the Mighty Maces. So we'll take 1 of the energies and do that, and then we will also then play Power Pod Sword, taking another energy to do that. Now I'm doing this as well because I have the black box, and I think now is probably the best time to use that as soon as I can. A lot of cards are guarding other cards, so it'd be good to get rid of them as fast as possible, especially with Madame Woe and Venjix and things along that way. So this is a 4 dice attack that will double. Whatever I get will have its attack doubled because I'm going to use the black box. And then after I'm done, I can play the best defense as a reaction to gain an energy. So one of these energies will come back. And then Mighty Mace, because it's a star ability, will go on top of Billy's deck, which will be fantastic for any type of blocking he may need to do. All right, so we will trigger the black box. When you play an attack card, double the amount of damage dealt by that attack. We have the full attack right here, which is 4 dice. It is possible to get a pretty good roll here out of these 4, so let's see what we can do. Wow! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 10, yes! Yes, 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 yes! Technically, this is guarded up here as well, but it's not going to be for much longer. So I have 10 that I can do. I could defeat Shadow Claw. I forgot this. Oh no, I forgot this. Oh, because the Forever Blue was exactly 3, so it was reduced by 2. So technically it was 1. All right, really quickly. Let's just flip that. 1. Actually, by doing that, Star Defense gains all the star powers in my deck, so I gain an energy, and this comes to my hand. So that's fine. So there's that, and then if this is real from defense, I can place it in my hand. So I'm going to place this in my hand as well. All right, cool. All right, so that's resolved. But now I have 10. I have 10 that I can distribute. And what I want to do is we're going to do 4 for here, because this is guarding it, so at least that gets rid of this, and that also actually gives us an energy. So I'm going to take from Power Pod Sword and put that back into the supply. So that's defeated. I'm then going to go down to Shadow Claw and use 5 to do that. Kaboom, that's great. And then with 1 left over, I'm going to put it on the other Shadow Claw because technically when I distribute it, it doesn't defeat the card immediately. It's not until everything is defeated that the card would flip over. So now that I have placed it all, you reevaluate where the guards are and then you can remove them from there. So now those are available to be hit, and this is no longer guarded from the left. So that is kind of how that plays out that way. Breath of Death will go next, but that was an awesome, awesome play right there. And I'm not going to draw any cards because I have a lot of cards in my hand, and Breath of Death is going to be kind of screwing me up a little bit. But these both would then go to my discard pile. I've spent this, and technically, as I say, Venjix is counted as all elites. So what that means is that I can now take my 2 experience, put 1 here, and then 1 would go here, and now we are on the next level. Power level 2. Power up. Gaining us the Triceratops. Exhaust this card. Allow any ranger to choose up to 2 cards from the discard pile and return them to the top of their deck in any order. Yes, yes, I'm actually going to do this right now. Any ranger, that's going to be Rocky, actually. So we're activating the Triceratops. Rocky has the Power Axes and the Power Pod Sword. They're going in this order. The Power Axes and then the Power Pod Sword is on top. And that'll come into play a little bit later. First things first, let's get rid of one of these enemies here just to kind of clear that out a little bit. Breath of Death is going to go. So each ranger must discard 1 random card from their hand. Finn has 2 cards in his hand, so we're going to flip it up. Hoopah! Highland Strike. I would have loved to have held on to that, but that's unfortunately discarded from his hand, which means, but that also means that when Stars Align is still in my hand. I got 5 cards in my hand for Rocky. Nothing for Billy, because I didn't draw anything, because I knew this card was coming. There's only 1 card in this hand right now that I do not want him to lose. And that's fine. I can lose best defense. I'm okay with that. Okay. Our turn once again. We actually have 1, 2, 3 turns in order for something to happen. Well, 4, because Empire, Machine Empire Elite is actually a passive. It's not going to do anything. So what I'm going to play then is we're going to use Power of Invention. Any ranger may draw 1 card. If they do, reduce this card by 3. I'm drawing from Rocky. Oh, look, a Power Pod Sword. And I'll explain to you why I do that in a moment. But that means I have a 3-dice attack that's going up against... Actually, it's going to go up against Scattershot. I want to get rid of this right now. I know I should probably get rid of Shadow Claw, but I think if I get rid of Scattershot, 3 dice is a better chance of getting rid of it. That will unguard flanking. And then, my friends, wait till you see what I'm going to do next. It will be glorious. But first, get rid of a Scattershot. Thank you very much, Rocky, for jumping in and using, I guess you invented, I invented a bat with nails on it. Yeah, awesome. Good job, Rocky. You do you, man. Nah, I wouldn't do Rocky dirty like that. He's a great guy. I really do like Steve and his portrayal of Rocky, both, again, in MMPR and Zeo. I like him so much better in Zeo than I did in MMPR, but, man, it was so good. And I think he got cheated out of... being in the Turbo Rangers. Justin came in, blah. But all right, so we did that. We got ourselves another experience here. We can take another guy off. Unfortunately, Rocky isn't dropping any energy onto the field, but I don't have those right now. However, with that said and done, he went. We'll draw from Billy, giving Billy a Power of Invention. That is really cool too. I love it. And now we move on to the next thing. I'm thinking about if I want to use Strategize or not. This is actually, Flynn actually is our lead ranger. I forgot to move that before, but I knew it was him anyway. I declared that before we even started. Do I want to use Billy's Strategize? Because I know that the top card of Rocky's deck is, It's the Power Axe, but I can only use the Power Axe if something has, like, the, energy on it in order to target it. Even if there's nothing on the field that doesn't have it, that I can't even combine it with the Power Pod Sword because it doesn't have an initial target in order to do anything with. So that's problematic. I can always check out what Flynn's is, or do I want to see what's on top of Billy's deck? Let me... All right, so the only Flynn card I have in my hand right now is When Stars Aligns. I was going to play this along with Power Pod Sword, thinking I was going to have like a massive dice attack, but there's really only 3 Star Shield cards in his discard pile, and you add one dice to this attack for every Star Shield there. So this would have been 3, 1. It would have been basically the same thing if I played Power of Invention, but then drew a card from it anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, let's go ahead and use Strategize, and let's go ahead and take the top card from Flynn's deck, which happens to be Push the Limits. Gain 2 energy. Another ranger may perform an attack with 2 dice. This isn't really all that great, but at least I know it's there. I'm actually going, you may draw 1 and then place 1 from their hand back on top of the deck. Because these are the only 2 I have, I'm just going to put Push the Limits back on top of his deck. So at least I know something is there. It's not Star Defense, but it's something. Also, while we're here, let's just plop that right there, so at least we know that we are 1 more away. And I think we're just going to go ahead and do that attack with Billy and Rocky. All right, so we have Power of Invention. We can draw, somebody can draw a card, and if they do, reduce the energy cost by 1. I could draw, no, I'm going to go ahead and I'll draw from Flynn, because I know that it's Push the Limits. It's not a Star Defense, so I don't have to really worry about it. So sure, grab it. And then we'll go ahead and do Power Pod Sword. Power of Invention is reduced to 0. Power Pod Sword is then 1 energy. So now I have a 4-dice attack that I can spread around to whatever I want. This would have went, and we are actually right here. So I have 2 more turns in order to kind of do other things. I want to get rid of Machine Empire Elite for sure, because that's terrible, because Shadow Claw may end up triggering 3 damage to the lead ranger twice. Oof. Which is actually 4 damage to the lead ranger twice, so long as flanking is out. But I need to get rid of this, because if he draws any 3 shield card, then it goes down by 2 shields, which I don't think now he has anymore, but even still. And then I have to, of course, beat Madame Woe. So let's just roll these 4 dice, see what we get, and we'll divide from there. Actually, before I go ahead and do that, I'm going to back up a little bit and have Rocky play Let's Party first, because I forgot that I actually had that in my hand. I can choose up to 2 enemy cards, and I can attach 1 energy token to each of them. So I'm actually going to attach it to both of the Madame Woe cards up here. And then it says, after you play this, another ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. Billy played Power of Invention, which a reaction was played on top of that from, Rocky. So it boom, 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 3 blue cards right in a row, creating a good combo, because I probably would like to try to pull Rocky's weapon then at some point, which I should be able to. Then I'll be able to use it in order to hopefully take down Madame Woe. Which that means these 4 dice could possibly take out Shadow Claw and maybe flanking. Oh boy, oh, look at that. Okay, wow. All right, so we know we're doing 5 damage here. 4 of that is 100% going onto Shadow Claw, so that goes plunk right there. And we know, as I say, defeating a Venjix card is like defeating an elite soldier, so boom. We do have 1 left over, and I'm actually going to put it on Breath of Death, because if I can make both of those 3, then once I get the power axe in my hand, I should be able to use that to knock them both down, and then they're both going to give me an energy, which is awesome. So there we go. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Do I want to draw from Flynn? No. We're not going to draw from him. We're going to wait for him. Well, you know what? There's really nothing else doing any damage, so no, because I'm pretty sure that they're all star defense cards. So eventually I'm going to fight something that deals me damage. Let's take those 2 and go bloop, bloop right here, working our way across. We defeat the last Venjix in order to gain another Zord, which is awesome. And then, of course, we got to be able to beat, Madame Woe as well, to gain even a second Zord. So we should be at level 4 by the end of this fight. All right, Venjix goes bloop, bloop right here. As much I need to defeat this Machine Empire Elite card. You know what? Let's just triple threat it. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put one of these energy tokens right on it as well, and we'll do a 2 dice attack in order to attack it. I got a few turns in order to do some setup, so if I can reduce it down by something, like 2, for example, then that's going to make it easier, especially because if I'm rolling 3 dice from his power axe, 3 dice, 3 damage, that actually gives me a greater chance of knocking them all out in 1 shot. And honestly, by the way this is working out, man, I actually may do that. That card goes away because that fixed, and yeah, all right, that's that. So Machine Empire Elite will trigger. That doesn't do anything, so now we are right here. I got all the turns to be able to do stuff. We'll take triple threat. We'll throw that into the discard. We'll draw from Billy to get counter jab. Oh man, such a good one. I would have loved to be able to use the star defense on that one, but that's okay. You know what? Let's get some time for Flynn. Let's throw him down here with Push the Limit. We gain 2 energy, so now our shared pool is at 3, and another ranger may perform an attack with 2 dice. It's not so much another ranger, it's just a ranger gets to do that because, you know, this wouldn't work if Flynn was by himself in a battle, because this second part wouldn't be able to trigger because another ranger needs to be in the battle with him, but we have all 3 right here, so boom, 2 dice attack. We'll go after flanking because I hate that card. And any more experience towards the next Zord will be fine by me. We do 1 damage to it, but that's all right. I may defeat it, I may not by the end of this turn, but I think that's at least a start. Counter jab would actually kill it immediately, but we did that. That's good, so that goes away. We're going to draw from Rocky, as we know is the power axe. I'm just going to leave that right here for right now, because again, we have 3 in the pool, which I forgot to put in before, but now it is there. The last Venjix card would trigger, so we are down here. With our turn, once again, I'm going to go ahead and spend all 3, like so. Instead of choosing a target, this attack deals full damage, full, not broken apart, full, to each enemy card with at least 1 energy token attached to it. Machine Empire Elite, Breath of Death, and Deathly Claws all have one of his tokens on it, which means whatever I roll, all 3 are going to be hit. 3 dice, 3 damage, crossing fingers. Oh boy, here we go. Rocky, I may give you a hard time, my dude, but trust me, you are one of my favorite from the Rangers, especially from Zio, as I mentioned before. Please, my friend, please give us all 3 energy back in 1 shot. Yes, 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 yes. Boom, boom, boom. Power axes, power tonfas is what they should be called because they don't look like axes, for the win. Rocky's three-sided with his shape. He has 3 energy right there. We have 3 targets doing 3 damage apiece, and that knocks everyone down. 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, 2 plus 3 is 5. Boom, boom, boom. These all come off. This is amazing. Yes, I love it when it works out like this. I was getting a little worried there for a moment. All 3 energy go back to the shared pool because that's all gained right there. This all goes away. And Madame Woe is defeated. We won't be able to resolve her getting a Zord or whatever until the end of this battle. But I will take my last 2 experience from General Venjix and take it and just get my Zord. Power Axes does go to my discard pile. I will not draw again because I know how to beat flanking. You know what? Instead of having to do all that, why don't we just go ahead and end the battle now? We will go and do, what is it? The Zord addition a little bit later because we'll just do them both at the same time. It is our turn. We are just going to counter jab right now, which is 1 dice plus 1 guaranteed damage. It does nothing. It doesn't matter, but the 1 guaranteed damage smacks itself on flanking, thus giving us another experience for the board. So we would gain 3. It would go back up to the next level plus 1. And with that, we have defeated the monsters. I'll get you next time, Billy. Run away, run away, run away. You'll see me again soon, Blue Rangers. And away he goes. The interstate highway is clear. Our Blue Ranger team has won, Madame Woe defeated, and these 3 cards have permanently come out of General Venjix deck for the rest of this game. That is awesome. That is amazing. Let's head over to the power board and get all of our rewards. All right, that's awesome. Unfortunately, I'm just going to take 1 energy away because all that 3 energy in there doesn't matter at all because everyone has full energy and that's whatever. 1, 2 from General Venjix and 1 from the flanking. So we'll go ahead and take these away. We would gain 1 Zord from Venjix and 1 Sword from Woe. So the first one we get is, boom, Zord 3. So this would be Rocky's. Exhaust this card to allow 2 different Rangers to each choose 1 card from their discard pile and place it on top of their deck. I'm actually probably going to use that right now. Our next one is going to be, boom, the Unicorn Thunder Zord. Okay, so that would be Billy's upgrade from the Triceratops in the Thunder Zord form. Exhaust this card, choose a number of cards in a Ranger's discard pile with a total of up to 4 right there. Place those cards on top of the respective Rangers decks in any order. All right, so here's the thing. We do get this, which is great. We also are at the end of this round pretty much. We have these 2 left. We do have 3 at the Juice Bar and then 1 at Angel Grove Park. I think what I'm going to first do is we're going to exhaust the Zord 3 and the Unicorn Zord as we both got them. 2 different Rangers, each choose 1 card from the discard pile, place it on top, and then 1 Ranger to choose up to 4 shields total and place them on top. Wait, oh no, it's not 1 Ranger, it's a number of cards in Ranger's discard piles. So out of all of them, if I just have an equal amount of shields that equal 4, they get them all back. Oh, okay, hang on, I gotta think about this, hold on. All right, so for the Unicorn Zord, I'm actually going to give Flynn back Forever Blue, and Power Pod Sword is going to go on top of Rocky because I love Power Pod Sword. I need Power Pod Sword to be able to pull it in order to do that division. I need that Blues Blaze or Blue Brilliance. I need to pull that at some point too. So let me put that back in and shuffle it up. I know I don't need to shuffle it up, but I'm going to do a recharge soon anyway, so it doesn't matter. As far as the Lion Zords goes, the Zeo 3, I should say, Billy is 1, Flynn is the other one, so I've taken both of these, and these go on top of their decks as well. I wish that I had some Arsenal cards out before I use these, but by the end of this round, I have to reuse them anyway, so I guess we might as well do a double recharge, right? So we do 1. Let me actually put that back onto Billy. So we'll do 1 recharge. Might as well just do 2 recharges. So who's going to get the double recharge? Rocky is going to get the full double recharge. He is literally going to be back to powering up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He is 1 shield short of the 12, and I can't even put it on anything, but at least he's fully powered up. Billy will get back Power of Invention because that's amazing in both of his tactical strikes. Good to have those in for some good defense. And Flynn gets weaponized morph. I actually was kind of looking for that in the hope to be able to have something in order to do a quick one damage everywhere. Push limits, which I actually really liked, and then another star ability, his Highland Strike. Highland Strike is awesome to begin with, so good that these go back in. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and end round 2. We have our Lion Hauler, which I still haven't used because it's more based off of maneuvers. I was able to do that one Flynn ability, which was really nice, but, you know, that is what it is. Lion Hauler, Triceratops, Zord 3, and the Unicorn Thunder Zord. Let's see. Well, let's first flip these up and over, getting ourselves ready for round 3, which is great. We have all of our lives left, which is awesome. Tell you, big defensive group. We're doing very well with this. Not that we've had much attacks on us either, which was weird. Arsenal cards. First one. Ooh, Honorarium Armor. When you reveal a card for defense, add 1 shield to that card. I may just throw that onto, might put that on Billy. Billy wouldn't be a bad idea to have that. He does have like additional defense in him that I'd want to use for star defenses like Flynn has. So, hey, why not have some additional shields and whatnot? Sword of Light. Until the end of this battle, each other ranger is considered to have your character's ability in addition to their own. Again, something great to put on Billy because he's the only one that can really, well, no, put that on Rocky. So the next one that we do, we begin and 3 guys will be able to have this energy placed on them right in the beginning. So that's 3 free energy that I get for just defeating things on the field. Okay, now, Sword of Light is much better on Rocky. Honorarium Armor definitely goes to Billy. All right, cool. Let's head to the big board and throw down some deployments. I feel much more in control compared to the last round, because at least now we have 3 over here and just 1 here and like quite a bit of open. So yeah, I feel much better about this. You know, defeating the monster and having everybody like run away from here, that is clutch, because now we have another 7 spot open. Granted, we have a 4 as well, but I feel like a lot are going to the park this turn. Let's see. All right, first deployment for this round. We have 2 of them going to Stone Canyon High. Part of it might be a tech class in order to be able to work on their welding skills. Next, we have a single one going to Angel Grove Park. Pretty sure I've only seen 1 triple so far, and that does not make me happy. Is this going to be the triple? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, boom. Nope, it's a double, making Stone Canyon High once again panicked. That is a thing. I honestly was not expecting it. They just love going to the high school, apparently, and running it rampant. So there we are. That's 4 enemies right here, 4 on the high school. At least I know 1 battle should be able to clear it, pending I defeat all 4 of them at once. Even if you leave 1 alive at the end of that battle, it's still panic. You need to clear everything in order to unpanic it. Still okay, still okay. Oh, there it is. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. So of course now the 3s are going to start coming out. Ernie's juice bar can only hold up to 5. So you're going to go 1, 2 right here, and that's going to panic this location. That's going to require 2 fights in order to unpanic it. Then this guy would go clockwise to here to Stone Canyon, to here to the interstate highway. So now they're starting to spread out because places are getting more panicked, and this is going to deploy a monster, which is going to panic one of these 2. Which means I got to be very strategic about what I go and fight in order to take down the most guys and unpanic areas. Oh, joys, a single enemy, and they're going to Ernie's juice bar. So actually, this is good because everybody's now coming to the interstate highway, and there's only 1 plus 1 other foot soldier in our spot. As we go up against, you look at the back of this, you have to know who this is. 1, 2, 3, Psycho Blue! Ah! One of the rangers I was suggested to use was TJ for this, especially if I was using Psycho Blue, because, you know, obviously those 2 go together. They fought each other all the time in Power Rangers in Space, or at least during when the Psychos were around. But in all honesty, when I had Psycho Red in my Forever Red game, I didn't have Andros, and just the Psychos themselves are attracted to those of their color, and they are ready to take them down whenever they can. So Psycho Blue is here to show his color dominance. Let's go! And Shibuya right there. Boom. Got an axe, an actual axe, a true axe, by the way, not a tonfa that is called an axe. Giant cannon, got a lance right here. This is really not so bad. Unfortunately, it does panic, so we're 3 out of 4 panicking. But we don't lose any of the health, or lives, I should say, because this one isn't panicked, and we are at the end of our deployment. Hallelujah. What are we going to do? keeping Psycho Blue here because he's going to attach to somebody, you know, very soon and whatnot. What do we got? So we have 6. We're going to get our 7th by beating Psycho Blue in the way that we did before against Madame Woe. Venjix actually goes to that spot as well. So, haha, here he is. The Psycho has brought him along, obviously. We're definitely going to be fighting first. What stinks is in my hand, all I have are 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 shields. The Animaria armor is 2. And then the Sword of Light is 3 because of the R. It's for however many Rangers are here. I would have loved to be able to use this. So I think I may do that. I may toss the best defense from my hand. This is going actually into Rocky's discard pile in order to be able to do Sword of Light. We're going to snap that onto Rocky. And until the end of the battle, which is the next battle we're going to be doing, each Ranger is considered to have your character's ability, in addition to their own, this ability of start of battle, attach 1 token onto an enemy of your choice. When that's defeated, you gain it. So he's going to drop 3 energy right on the field immediately at the beginning of the battle. I need that to fight the Psycho. As far as the Animaria armor, I'm going to hold off on it for right now. I think I'll be okay, but I will want to attach that to Billy eventually. And I know that I'm going to probably use the Dragon Shield as well. So with that said and done, and 1 card in hand, because we're definitely going to need the draw, let us begin this battle with Venjix and Psycho Blue. And when I do that, I need to attach this guy to somebody. I'm going to leave him right here. He's going to attach right to Flynn, and Flynn is going to be our leader. There we go. Blue energy flows within me. Once I take it from you, I will be unstoppable. You Azul fools have no idea what you're in for when we combine our powers against you. As far as I'm concerned, this math doesn't add up. Let me show you a real good equation when I knock you guys down. Alright, man, let's go ahead and knock them down one by one. Blast away. Pshua. Yeah, what he said, for sure. I am terrible with that Scottish accent. Anyway, doesn't matter. Flynn has When Stars Aligns in his hand. Unfortunately, he has no star cards within his discard pile right now. So this was really just a 1 dice attack. But I'm going to hold on to it for right now because I really do think that I'm going to be able to do some good stuff. So let's go ahead and start drawing from Rocky. Oh, blue brilliance. Yes, that is amazing, especially if I get a power pod. Nope, that is triple threat. And we'll go ahead and just draw 1 more. Hey, power spin. After you resolve this attack, deal 1 damage to each enemy card other than the target with at least 1 energy token attached to it. Oh, I'm so glad I did that thing then. Stroke of Genius from Billy. It's a 2 dice attack and 1 dice to this attack for each card in your hand. So that's really, Mighty Mace is just so much better than the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I draw from Billy again, or do I just go 1 more for Rocky? Let's draw 1 more for Rocky. Triple threat. Before rolling, attach 1 energy token to the target of the attack. Good. So I'll be able to put more energy out there. So I have 2 that do energy, and then the power spin, which does a massive amount of damage to anything with an energy on it. Okay, this will be good. Let's see what the bad guys throw down. All right, so within the Psycho Ranger deck right here, it is all of the neutral cards, of course, and then the 2 specialty blue cards. And I'm just going to shuffle them. I probably should just throw down the 2 specialty cards anyway, but nah, I'm going to let fate decide if those should go down or not. It does. Look at that. The Psycho Axe. Oh, goodness. 3 different Rangers must each discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. Ew. Oh, no. Let's see. Deal 2 damage to each Ranger. Resolve all of the effects, which is Psycho Blue, and the attached Ranger must discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. That's why I kind of didn't want so much with Flynn in his hand, but he got something. Oh, no. No way. Both of them are out. Oh, great. While this card is in play, the shared energy pool cannot be greater than 2. Drain any excess. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. I can't. All the energy things I'm going to put on here, he's going to pull them from it. Oh, I got to get rid of that immediately. Of course, out of all those cards, that's the one that has to get pulled. So we have right here, what is that, 5 cards for Venjix? So fast, of course, fast is going to go. So the Psycho Axe is going to go before anybody. 3 damage to each Ranger. Big Bad Beating is a fast. The lead Ranger must discard a card from the top of their deck until they have discarded at least 3 shields of defense. That's bad because that's not taking any damage. That's just discarding and getting rid of it. So I can't activate star defenses on that. Are you kidding? Of course the last one right here is a guard guarding the passive that I need to get rid of. Oh, gee. All right, and then two of these, so there was three of these Shadow Claws in his deck. That's why that is there. At least getting rid of that will mean that that one's gone as well, but hey, if I get rid of all three of these, not only will I get another Zord, but then when I go and fight the boss, Venjix will only have 2 cards that I have to deal with, so that's a positive. Speaking of 2 cards, first one is Blue Burst. Wow, look at a 2, 4, 6, 8 experience, and then of course the Zord would be right there. So that's a Megazord by the end of this if I destroy everything. A fast 3 damage to each ranger, and then scatter shot. This is fast guard, so this actually will go right here. 2 damage to each rangers, 2 damage to 2 rangers, basically based off of my numbers. Oh man, wow, this is terrible. All right, so we got a passive right here for Path of Frost. It is guarded from the bottom, which is terrible as well. And Blue Burst is guarded from the left right there. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. And because everybody shares Rocky's ability, I get to take 3 of these and drop them in places. First, I'm going to put it on Path of Frost, because ideally, if I kill this thing, then I get them all at once. And then, what is it? I'll be able to actually store it in my store energy pool, as opposed to only 2 of them being there. And I am using the rule where the original rule of energy, I've always used this rule no matter what. The Rangers hold on to their energy until they choose to add it to the pool. It's always a one-way thing in the beginning and during the battle. It can only go from the Rangers to the shared pool. It'll only ever go from the shared pool back to the Rangers after the battle has resolved and there are still energy in the pool. That was the original rules. That's what I'm sticking with, and that's how it's going to be for this. Where else do I want to put these last 2? Big Bad Beating, and let's do Blue Burst, because I really would... You're also guarded as well. You know, yeah, let's do Blue Burst, because if I can manage to pull the Power Axe, I might be able to do something to like spread a lot of damage around everything here. So that's kind of what we're going with right now. Speaking of going with things, Psycho Axe is going to start this battle off. 3 different Rangers, which is oddly enough as many as here, must each discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. Let's start with Flynn. It's the only card in my hand, and that's going to get discarded. So when stars align, goodbye. Billy, on the other hand, has Mighty Maces and Stroke of Genius. Stroke of Genius is in the discard because that is 3, but at least I get to keep my Mighty Maces. And as far as Rocky goes, Triple Threat, Blue Brilliance, and Power Spin. The one that I really liked, the one that I very much enjoyed, is gone. I may be able to pull it back with Blue Brilliance, though. Come on, give me that alliteration again, please. Well, with that said and done, we're going to go ahead and plop this right here, and now it is our turn. We're just going to go and start with the Triple Threat. I know it's only a 2 dice, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some stuff from other Rangers, like their decks or whatever, in order to try to sift things through a little bit. I am also able to attach 1 energy token to the target I'm attacking, and I'm going after the Psycho Axe because I got to get rid of that Psycho Ranger. He only has 5 health, but let's see what we can do to him. We can do 2 damage on 2 dice. It's average, but you know we got to start somewhere. We're going to chip away at him the best we can. If we survive these 3 attacks from Psycho Blue, we should be okay. He's the one that's constantly making us discard. Well, technically Big Bad Beating's going to make us discard as well, which is terrible, but that's from the deck and not from our hand. So we did Triple Threat. We're going to toss this. I'm going to draw from Billy, and I thought about using Blue Brilliance. Nope, Power of Invention. I'll keep that. That sounds good to me. All right, Psycho Burst goes now. It's 2 damage to each Ranger. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to go right over here to Flynn. We're going to use the last use of the Dragon Shield in order to be able to say kaboom, reduced by 2, so he doesn't take anything from the attack, and I get to deal 2 damage to a card of my choice. And that's going to be starting on Path of Frost over here. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on this card, but hey, this is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous card in its own right. We're now going to go ahead and play the Zord 3. Exhaust this card to allow 2 different Rangers to each choose 1 card from their discard pile and place it on top of their decks. This is something that I can do during the attack, so it's like an anytime ability. So we're going to trigger that, and just so we don't lose anything, the Stroke of Genius is going to go on Billy's, and the Best Defense is going to go on to Rocky's. Which obviously means that with Billy, he's taken 2 damage. That's a 3 shield. If this card is revealed for defense, you may draw the bottom deck of your card. Let's draw it. I'm just going to draw it anyway. So this is going to go into my hand, and it is Tactical Strike. So that's going to go into my hand, and this is going to go on, well, is that instead? Oh no, just add the shield. So this is now a 5 shield card. Good job, but that doesn't matter. I only needed 2. So that goes there. Then Rocky again is going to go. We're going to flip that over. That is a 3 shield card. Boom, right on the bottom. All right, we've survived. That's what matters. And then in addition to that, the attached ranger must discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. I actually have no cards of Flynn in my hand, so screw you, Blue. All right, where is our turn right there? And then once Path of Frost goes, that's actually going to be a passive. Remember, I was able to do this 2 damage to Path of Frost, even though it's guarded, because the Dragon Shield dealt 2 damage to any card of my choice that always bypasses guard. So we're going to go ahead and do Power of Invention. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to do Power and Invention, but before I do anything else, I'm actually going to use Billy's ability right now to strategize. I'm going to draw the top card from Rocky's deck just to kind of see what it is and then swap it with something in my hand. So the top of Rocky's deck is, oh, it's the Power Axes. Oh, okay. So I will swap that. So I'm going to put Blue Brilliance on top. So Power Axes is going to come to my hand. Blue Brilliance is going to be on top of Rocky's deck, but I'm going to play Billy's Power of Invention to draw 1 card from Rocky's deck. Oh, look at that, Blue Brilliance, and put that in my hand, making this a 0-cost attack. So we're going to do a 0-cost 3-dice attack. I was able to pull 2 cards from, Rocky's deck, and then like at the end of this, if this is the only card I play, I'll be able to pull another one. I now got to find that Power Pod Sword. I think I'm going to go after Thunderburst because I really don't want all the other Rangers taking damage. I'd rather just kind of stick to Flynn and start really powering him up. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's sweet. It doesn't kill it, but it comes close. Okay, cool. I love it. Thank you. Love when the law of averages works out. 3 dice, 3 damage. Cool. All right, so with that done, that's from Billy. That'll go into the discard. I will draw from Rocky. Get the Power Pot. Yes. Thank you for coming to my hand. Because what's going to happen now is that's going to trigger, which is fine. Yeah, so we'll trigger that. We'll go boom, boom, like so. Okay, so now here is the question that I'm going to play. I'm going to ask you guys this. Power Axe. Instead of choosing a target, this deals damage, full damage to each enemy card with at least 1 energy token attached to it. This then allows me to spread that damage among any number of cards. Will those with the target, with the, the energy cost, still take this, and then the, leftovers, can I spread that around everywhere else? I'm not 100% sure how this works. All I know is that at this point, I am spending 4 energy. I'm just kind of collecting that right now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, to be able to roll 4 dice. And then anything with a, instead of choosing cards, the attack deals full damage to an enemy card with at least 1. Yeah, so I'm rolling 4 dice, and each one of those dice is being dealt to a card with an energy thing on it. So I don't know. I think maybe I choose. I think last time I did the Power Pod Sword instead of doing this. I chose to do this ability instead of, or I chose to do the Power Pod Sword instead of the Power Axes. That Ranger made, oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have been able to do that now that I look at it, because this is, instead of choosing a target, this is that Ranger may divide the damage among any number of targets. Maybe that wasn't the best way to play. That was a fun move, though. I was able to use his, the 1,000, the 7 dice or whatever or whatnot. Yeah, okay, maybe that wasn't the best thing. I'm sure you guys have told me down in the comment section below, and as I'm thinking about this now, but we're going to play this the way it's supposed to be. It's basically, this is adding another dice to this. So I have a 4 dice attack that's going up against hitting anything that has an energy token on it. And I need to do at least 4 damage. If I could do 4 damage, I've destroyed most of the guys that are there. So come on, Rock. Yes! Oh, that's even better. Oh, that destroys them all. 5 damage. You get 5 damage, and you get 5 damage, and you get 5 damage, and you get 5 damage. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there it is. So it's pretty great. I gained back all 4 of my energy, by the way. So yoinks to all of that. You're destroyed because you were at 6 health. I did 2 to you from that other thing. So you're gone. You're gone. The Buster Thunderburst Wait, was it this one? No, it was Big Bad Beating. I'm sorry, Big Bad Beating. Big Bad Beating is gone, so boom, shakalaka to that one. And then the blue burst is also gone as well. I've immediately gained 4 experience, so I can go ahead and put those on. And yeah, wow. Okay, give me this back too. This is my energy. You don't get it. I get this energy. Ha ha ha. And all I have to do now is defeat 1 card from Psycho Blue. These 2. All right, so this is looking very possible. Very, very, very possible right now. Let's draw from Billy just to have something in my hand. The Mighty Maces, that's awesome. And because, nothing yet. No. Let's go to the power board. I was about to use Blue Brilliance, but I can't do that because it has to be on the person that drew the card. So there we are. 4 experience right there. 2 from the 1 Elite, 2 from the 1 Venjix card, which is awesome. We have 4 in the pool right now from all that was gained. And we're allowed to have 4 because of the fact that we defeated that enemy. So we were able to we now can have as much energy in the center as we want, which is fine because we have 5 energy in total. And we are going to need it because we got to keep going. We haven't gotten a Zord yet. We're close. We're definitely going to get a Megazord this turn. I'm feeling it. All right. This card clicks, and we can go here. I just need to do 1 damage to the Thunder Burst. And I think I'm actually going to use my Tactical Strike from Billy. After you play this card, place it on top of your deck instead of discarding it. It's a 2 dice attack. I only need to do 1 damage to the Thunder Burst, and then this will go on top. In case I don't defeat Thunder Burst, 3 damage to each ranger, this will be able to take it. Come on, 1 damage. That's all I got to do. Wow. Okay, well, that's overkill right there, but good job, Billy. Fantastic. And that's another 2 experience added to the board, which gives us the next Zord. And this goes on top of his deck instead of in the discard pile. We go 1, 2 right here, so all of these will actually come off as we are on power level 5, and flip is the Super Zord 3. So this is, of course, the upgrade for Rocky from his regular Zord. Exhaust this card during battle. Attach 2 energy tokens to an enemy card that has not yet been defeated. Fantastic with him and his power axes because he'll be able to spread that damage around like crazy. Amazing. And in addition to that, we're going to draw from Rocky. But instead of drawing 1 from Rocky, we're going to go ahead and play Blue Brilliance. Play this card when any ranger would draw exactly 1 card, which is what Rocky was about to do. Instead, we get to choose 1 card from their discard pile, add it to their hands. Yep, okay, Power Pod Sword. Thank you, back to me. Blue Brilliance away. All right, this Venjix card goes. We are right here. The only issue that we have right now is we have 3 cards left on the field. I have to defeat this one. This is the main one. I had to do 3 damage to this Psycho Assault. I feel like this Shadow Claw is going to trigger, but that's fine. Flynn is actually in probably one of the best positions right now to take all these hits. Scatter Shot's kind of whatever. I don't want to have 3 cards of Venjix at the end of this, but I may have to. I'm not sure. So let's go after Psycho Burst. And we'll just use 1 of our energy to do the Mighty Maces. So it's 1 energy for a 3 dice attack against a 3 health enemy. Yes, I know I have Power Pod Sword, but I really don't want to use that right now. I want to save it for the moment being while I'm trying to figure out other methods in order to like just get better attacks or something like that. Plus, I want to pull more from Rocky's deck and see what he has. So we'll just do 3 dice against the Psycho Assault. Worst case scenario, I'll use the triple threat that I have in my hand, gain an energy or something along that way. So hopefully that'll work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Uh-oh, okay. Poor Billy put a lot into that last attack, and that's all he could do. Oh, man. All right, so let's draw from Rocky's top of the deck this time. Best Defense. Play this card after any ranger plays a star ability card. Gain 1 energy. That ranger may place it on top of the deck instead of discarding it. So this should have been in my hand. Okay, so next time I play a Mighty Maces, then I can play Best Defense, and that'll go on top of his deck. Fantastic. In any event, Shadow Claw goes 3 damage twice to the lead ranger. All right, Flynn, this is what you're here for. This is all your tankiness. We're going to start with the first 3 damage coming at you. 1, 2. If this card is revealed for defense, you may add it to your hand instead of discarding it. So I'm going to add I'm Scottish to my hand because that'll actually defeat Psycho Burst. So that'll come to me. So 1, 2, 3. I'll take you too because that's fun. I can kill Scattershot with you, no problem. So now we're on the next set of 3. 1, 2. I'm going to leave that in here and then we'll flip this one. I gain an energy. Sweet. So we get an energy back to the pool and there we go. All right, so this is going to go down here. I got to remember, I have 1, 2, 3 turns left. So I guess for this one, I really don't want Scattershot to go. So let's just start using what I got from Flynn. 2 basic attack from the Highland Strike because it was able to go into my hand instead of placing it on the bottom of my deck and discarding it. Boom, boom for Scattershot. Bang, that's defeated. So we'll got that there. I'm going to add it to this to the power board right now. So we'll see 2 more there. I'm just rapid fire doing this because it doesn't need any rolling at all. We do this and that. We're then going to go ahead and play I'm Scottish. So that 1 energy I gained, we're going to use on that to deal, technically it's 3 damage, but I'll take the 2, whatever, in order to defeat the Psycho Burst. So that's defeated. Fantastic right there. No rolling required. Oh boy. See, here he is. Here's Flynn at his best right now of just going through and destroying things in front of him, which is awesome. I am going to draw 1 from Rocky just to have it in my hand. Let's party. That's not going to really do much of anything. You know what? Technically, I played 2 of Flynn's cards, so 1 of those would be from Billy. I would have drawn, because I know this is the top of his deck, the Tactical Strike. I don't have really anything to beat a 5 health card in one go, at least nothing that I'm confident with. Most I have is Mighty Maces with a Power Pod Sword, but I really don't want to use that combo for a single card that maybe I can use and maybe I won't. So this is unfortunately going to be a thing that I have to wait on. So this is going to be coming back in the boss fight, but I would have ideally used Tactical Strike, and this would have went right back on top of Billy's deck anyway, and that would have ended the battle. Oh, get away. No, I've been defeated again. In a blue explosion. You're never going to get away with this. Just wait till you see who is in charge of all this. I'm coming, boss. We did it, lads. We did it. Ha ha. I was able to do that a little bit better for you, Flynn. So, all right, so we beat Psycho Blue, finished, fantastic. I didn't get those last 2 experience from Venjix, but that's fine, because right now, where we are, boom, we are automatically at 6, and that gives us our Megazord. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom, the Time Force Megazord. Now remember, it doesn't matter what I use. It doesn't have to go with everybody. I like things being thematically the same, because I believe in my Forever Red, it was the Zeo Battle Megazord, because I had the red snap on this. I chose the Time Force Megazord because, for those of you out there, know that it has a mode red and a mode blue. Haha. Exhaust this card to place the Megazord token in any location. At the start of each battle in that location, choose the fast or guard keyword. Rangers may ignore the chosen keyword until the end of the battle. I don't have the token on me. I actually forgot to take it out here, but when we go forward into the battles that I'm going to need it, which is going to be against the boss, that's when we're going to use this. And we'll be in mode blue pretty much the whole time, ignoring the fast keyword. Unless there's too many guards that I have to deal with, I'm not too sure. So there's that. So this is ours from here on out. What I'm also going to do is I'm now going to take this pile of Zords right here. And do I want to actually see them or do I don't? No, let's make them a mystery. I think that'll be more fun. Whenever I have 4 or more experience, I can trade in 4 in order to draw the top card of this Zord deck to be able to have a one-time use Zord. And these are all blue. Every single one of these are blue. So if I draw it, this will be in a completely separate pile to my other Zords, which, by the way, are all over here still. I still have the Lion Hauler. I have Triceratops. I have the Thunder Zord, the Super Zero Zord. And then, of course, I just got the Time Force Megazord right now. Which I wonder then, what do I want to do? Now it's a matter of choices because we're still in the middle of the round. We've only done 1. I actually get another thing there, and I can start just collecting Zords for the next round. This may not be that bad. Let's put you here. Let's put you here. We got 3 energy, so we'll just charge everyone up. The Animarius Armor. I'm going to toss Rocky's Triple Threat, which is a 2 shield card, just to snap this onto Billy for the remainder of this particular round. And he now is able to add 1 shield to 3 cards whenever he goes for a defense. Now then, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's first head over to the Stone Canyon High. We got a bunch of guys that we got to defeat there. And I think I'm just going to do one recharge action really quickly for Billy and Rocky. I'm not going to do it for Flynn. All right, so this is actually out of the game. We have used this, so that is done. For Rocky, we have Triple Threat, Power Axes, and Blue Brilliance. Oh goodness, that's going to go back into his deck. For Billy, we have Mighty Mace, Power of Invention, and a Counter Jab. So those are all going to go back into his deck. And then from there, we did the battle, we moved, we recharged. Let's go ahead and just fight the 4 that are at Stone Canyon High and kind of clear that out. And I think then what we're going to do is we'll move over to Ernie's Juice Bar, do one fight, recharge, and then get ready for the boss.